Okay. So this is going to be a full-length recording showing everything, see not only how well it captures audio and playback, but along with how stable everything looks, how stable everything sounds. If anything drops or if there's any issues, I'll be able to hear it. Otherwise, this is just going to be a pretty long playthrough. Well, probably not even that long. Not really. Long enough so that way I can see what the audio sounds like after the recording. I'm just gonna run through. Oh, geez, I don't even know. Probably run through. Yeah. We'll just do a Throne World. And so I can do that. I do need Father's Sin, so we'll do a full run through of that and see where it looks. This is a completely new setup. This is a blue Snowball microphone that I got from a thrift store for $10, along with a microphone that I bought for $1.50, also from a thrift store, along with my PC that's a little Frankenstein from a different PC. It has fans from a different PC, and it has my old graphics card because the new graphics card is in the new my old PC, not new PC, but the one my wife is using. So now this one is capturing everything, but this one isn't set up for streaming. This one is also not as cosmetically pretty, but that's okay. It's a PC. No one's really going to see it besides me. And the graphics card that this is running is currently a 2060. The other PC has a 3090, so it can handle everything. But this one is, for now, a pretty solid one. Not to mention that I essentially got it for free, so that's not bad at all. What are we working on right now? I got all this for the Dawning. I just need the last few levels, and then I just need a few more to get Gilded Rank, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Currently, my main focus, as late as it is crafting Throne World, or Hardware of the Throne, Wellspring Throne World weapons, which are the weapons that I've tracked here. These are the patterns that I still need, along with the actual 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need Fel, Taradiddle, Pointed Inquiry, Forensic Nightmare, and Father's Sins. So I haven't really played this game much in a while. I took a break for a while. I really just wasn't feeling like playing Destiny. Not really. Not to mention that most of the people that I played with, even though it was only like one or two, everyone just kind of moved on. Everyone's getting older. Lives are changing. Priorities change. Especially when you have a friend group and everyone starts getting girlfriends. All of a sudden, besides us playing Destiny all the time, we're doing shit with girlfriends or wives. Or jobs, having to do jobs, having to go to school, that sort of thing. Also, if things seem a little laggy, it's because it's going through the card, capturing the desktop picture off the Xbox. So that's in case it looks a little weird. Not to mention I'm not great at FPS regardless. Even though I love this game, I'm not great at it. So if it ever looks like I'm shooting at something that doesn't make sense, that's why. But overall, I've been enjoying Destiny right now. I got back into it. I saw Renegades came out with the Star Wars shit, and even before that, I was kind of sort of getting back into it. I took a break for about 8 months, and then, you know, start seeing people on TikTok or YouTube or whatever talk about the game again, how much they're liking it or what they want. Build crafting. Oh, the build crafting for the new armor updates is really cool too. Or the prismatic blades, those are cool. That's what all these guys are using. They're all using prismatic blades. Or that guy's using the stasis build for his Titan. It's like Call of Flag of War or something. That one's pretty cool too. You can do like a crazy build with that as well. But overall, that's what kind of got me back into playing Destiny. It's just seeing more and more people enjoying it, and even though I don't really have that many people to play with anymore, I still enjoy the game, and some of my favorite things to do are just grinding out things. You sit right in front of me, thank you. Just grinding out things that I don't really have to think about, because Destiny, for me, is kind of like I guess you could say like a Call of Duty, where some people can just play Call of Duty and they don't have to think about it. And Destiny can be that game for me where I don't really have to think about it. I can just play the game. I don't have to really focus, and I can play this game if I have a video on in the background or anything like that. So it doesn't really bother me that much. I can play this and focus on something else at the same time. So let's see what we got. Come on. Oh, he's got the black blade. That's cool. Hey, we got one of the Father Sins. Hell yeah. So then we go here, here, here. Extract the pattern. And that's all we need. And I don't need the weapon. So I don't need these. So yeah, that'll count towards some progress for Father Sins. Ugh. Which I think, yeah, Father Sins just needs one more. So that's the one that takes the longest, I believe. That guy looks cool. So I don't know how long this recording is going to go. We've ran 7 minutes, 7.5. We'll probably run in Wellspring maybe like 2 more times. Don't shoot my cat. The fuck? Anyway, you can't shoot the cats if you are a cat. That doesn't make sense. You can't have cat on cat crime. El gato crime. It doesn't seem so heavy at first. And this is the build craft that we're running. Felwinter's Helm with those mods. Grenade, super, melee, focused on melee, and also focused on super, grenade, and the other tiers last. This new build crafting is insane. Each set of armor can come with a certain, I guess, I really don't know how to describe it, but it's a specialist. This one is melee, class, and weapon. Brawler, health, and melee. Paragon is melee, super, brawler, health, melee, and so on and so forth. But legacy armor, the armor before the update, just has regular stats: health, melee, grenade, super, class, weapon. And now charging past 100 gets you more benefits, so that's sick. Whereas before, once you reached 100 tiers, it didn't really matter, but now if you go past 100 tiers, it matters a lot. Also, I'm waiting to pick up these weapons, as I do with all of my... The music sounds so epic right now. Anyway, I'm waiting to pick up weapons in the Season Pass. I've always done that. It makes it easier for your secondary characters, because then you can level that you can level up, get those weapons up to their max, because they'll scale with you, and then when you're done you can pick them up and then you can move those over to your second character and move those on to your third character, and so on and so forth. Not to mention this has 10 levels once you once you reach 100 on the Season Pass. So, but again, I had my love for Destiny kind of revitalized, so I have been enjoying it, definitely. It's a good game for me to help keep me not distracted, but like I said earlier, it's a game that I can play and I don't have to focus entirely on. I can keep this game on. I can play a podcast, a YouTube video, whatever the case may be in the background, and just kind of listen to something and grind out things in Destiny, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I can't think of the times that I've followed guides to get an exotic, or steps for a quest, or how to complete a triumph, and all I'm doing is exactly right now, where I'm playing the game, I have a little bit of music on, and maybe I have a video so I can listen, watch it, pause it. Okay, they went here, skip ahead, skip back, wherever they went, depending on whoever I'm watching. So, and by no means taking it serious unless doing something that requires a lot of focus. If it's a nightfall or very rarely a raid. I've only raided in Destiny 2 3 times, maybe 4. I've never really had people not in Destiny 2 to raid with, and I don't even have to do anything in this one. These people are just taking care of everything. Yeah, these guys are taking care of everything. I don't have to shoot anything. It's like having companions. But I never really raided in Destiny 2. Again, only on the occasion when I was invited, and I just never really took raiding super serious. Of course, all the weapons and armor look sick, and I have a shader from the first raid, and I have a weapon from the first raid, the Leviathan, and then I have a sniper rifle from Deepstone Crypt, and I have, I think, a old piece of armor from another raid. But again, it's just something that, yeah, I like doing it, but I just never, I don't know, maybe it was just I just didn't want to, or maybe I just I never had enough people, or I didn't have the right people to play with, because that's a big thing too. Because not having the right people to play with is a big mood killer. Oh, that had Frenzy and fucking... It's not Frenzy, it's Psycho Hack. Rampage, no distractions. I keep thinking it's fucking Frenzy. But having the right group is big as well, because I've played LFGs, I've played with randoms, I've helped people, I Sherpa'd a exotic quest, if you could even call it a Sherpa. And it just depends on how your group is, honestly. It's the biggest thing, because they'll just make or break you, honestly. And yeah, I know that you can always find better groups to play with, or new friends to play with, or whatever, but it's always hard to have that connection, maybe, with randoms. I don't know, it's just a different kind of mindset, predictability that you can have with someone that you've been playing for a long time with versus someone that you just started playing with. And obviously that's not a fair comparison, because that's the entire point of LFGs. They're looking for groups. You're looking to join someone that has progress, and that just needs another person to play with. So that's the entire point. But I've played with groups before. I played with groups before on Destiny 1 that took the game very serious, that actually carried me and a friend out of I through a raid pretty much so efficiently that we just needed to talk to ourselves, and we were all in a big party, but it was Crota's End, and those guys were just like, they were friendly, and they were super efficient. They knew that raid in and out. We were familiar with it, so it wasn't like, we were a couple of newbies going through it, but their call outs, the way they played, everything, they were just super efficient. So that raid was just a breeze. Didn't even feel like it took that long either. It felt more like a strike, honestly, which was a joke that my friend group had, was Crota was our favorite strike. But yes, it just depends on the group. And I've had played with people that take the game a little too serious and get upset if you don't have the right weapons, or if you're not playing as optimally as they would want you to. Which, sure, if you're being friendly and just giving friendly advice. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. It seems like it's getting a little loud. I can't really hear it. So, I mean, that's a lie. I can hear it, but I can't hear, like, what the output sounds like. So, anyway, yeah, it can be hard, or it is hard to play with people like that, because they can really kill the vibe for a raid, especially if you have new people or people that aren't familiar with the game. And yes, obviously, if you are going into a raid and you don't say that you're a newbie, or you don't say, this is my first time playing this raid, then there's a certain level of expectation that's expected of you, because you're an LFG, somebody invited you, or you're coming to join our group, and we're expecting you to at least have some knowledge of this raid. But if you're completely new, then that's fine too. There's no big deal. But again, I just want to say that there's a group of people, maybe elitist, whatever you want to call them, that kind of can kill the fun of the game when you play with them. My biggest example was a guy that I played with for a little while, and he helped me with in-game content, but he was a fine guy. Like, I wouldn't say that he was nice, and I wouldn't say that he was all right. And he would very much so comment about, like, how your actual build looks to him and what weapons you're running and stuff like that. And sure, there is a certain amount of optimization that you should have with your weapons, whatever you're the most comfortable with, or even whatever's the most fun. But to him, everything was about the stats. Everything was about how well certain weapons were in a certain meta, or how optimal they would be. And, like, if you're running something that was just unconventional, you'd say, well, why the hell are you running that? Or what are you playing with? Like, that's stupid. You're playing like a bot. And what are we doing? We're just going to stand around. Does anyone want to start it? What the fuck is happening? Hello? Oh, did we not? Hello? Anyway, yeah. The guy, he was alright. He would just get onto you about your loadouts, your builds, whatever you're playing, and just kind of being an asshole about it. But I get it, because some people take this game a lot more serious than other people, and they want you to be as efficient as you can. But for some people, they're just enjoying the game. That's all they're doing. I don't know. I just think your enjoyment of the game is also based on the amount of people, or based on the people around you and how they see it. Because no one wants to be told that you're a fucking idiot because you're running something that isn't optimal, or whatever the case may be. It's good to be open to criticism, but You should try to make it in an approachable manner. So that way somebody doesn't feel called out. Because nobody likes feeling that way. Nobody wants to feel called out for something silly. And it's just a game at the end of the day. It's just Destiny. The world's going to keep spinning if we wipe another time, or I didn't proc something, or I forgot to throw on well, or somebody didn't put on Weapons of Light, or they have the wrong exotic. Like, the world's going to keep spinning. It's not like it's the end. Especially with endgame content. But to each their own. Some people like playing like that. Some people want everything to be as optimal and optimized as they can. And that's okay too. That's just how some people... Everyone plays the game different. That's just how it is. So, that's okay too. We'll do this last run, and then we'll call it. I'll play back the entire thing, and then... I don't know, I guess this will go onto YouTube just to see how it does. Who cares? It's not like much will happen with it anyway. But yeah, that's my opinions on that sort of thing. I think the people that you play with in a game like Destiny can really make or break if you enjoy the game. I think that's the main point, which is honestly true about any game. You know? Because the people around you are just being sticks in the mud or hating on whatever you're trying to do, it's going to make it less fun. I do want to say that kind of reminds me of a different point. There was a guy that I would play with, not in this game, not in Destiny, although I think he played Destiny. It's a guy that I would play with, and we would play Overwatch together. And he was alright. He was a little bit younger than me. And he was one of those people that always wanted to play with you, even if you didn't want to really play. And even after saying like, no man, I don't really want to play Overwatch right now, I want to play Destiny, or I'm not really in the mood to play a shooter, I just want to play Minecraft, he'd kind of get offended at it and just like, well, come on man, I got on because I saw you were on, and you know, now what am I gonna do? Like, it's your fault that he got on. And there was a point that we were playing Overwatch, and it wasn't anything important really. It's not like it was a competitive match, but you know, it's Overwatch, so I do kind of do focus when I play games like that, or if it's Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. And he was in the comms just talking about like, oh well, did you actually know that this character is essentially giving me fun facts while the team and I are trying to focus on beating the other team. And I didn't say anything rude, obviously, but I was just like, you know, now's really not the time for that, and that kind of hurt his feelings, and he never really wanted to play with me again. I don't know, maybe I was being rude, maybe I was being mean, but like, if we're trying to focus on something, I don't want to hear about the fun facts of the game. Sorry if that makes me the bad guy, but that's just not what I want to hear about when we're trying to focus on beating the other team. Or if like we were playing Rivals and someone, like, we're all trying to focus on beating the team and say it's getting like really close, and someone in the comms is like, well, actually, did you know that in whatever for this episode of whatever, this and that for that character, like, they actually are, this is their alternate outfit or something. And it's like, there's a time and place for this. This is not it. We need to focus on this. That's what we're trying to do. Anyway, I think that'll call it for this recording. Bye-bye.